Okay, yeah, this is going to be the start of the safety video that I was called out for by Pedro because I guess I made fun of his stuff. So he called me out, wanted me to make a safety video. So I went ahead and made a safety video, but here's a disclaimer. Nobody was hurt in the making of this video. It was for demonstration and educational purposes only, YouTube. So don't ban me from YouTube or think that I was showing some bad material or something like that. But it was all based on a demonstration for educational purposes. So this is going to be another part of the video. This will be the beginning of the part. First of all, when it comes to situational awareness that everybody keeps talking about, that begins in here, the car. Okay. It doesn't do you any good to have situational awareness if you're staring down at your phone, doing this, looking at a camera off to the side, explaining to us how not to take $3 fucking orders, and or holding your phone while you're making videos, telling us not to take $3 orders and telling us how much of a banger of a day you had and shit of that nature. That's not situational awareness. Situational awareness is keeping your eyes on the road, not looking down, playing with your phone, trying to work like 6-7 apps at one time to try to make your money. All you're doing is putting yourself in danger and people on the road in danger. When you're on the road 8 to 15 hours a day, apparently some people are, which hopefully as a safety concern, they need to be able to knock that down. They shouldn't allow that kind of behavior. Maybe that's something states need to look into as far as allowing people to drive 15 hours a day on these stupid ass apps. You should be limited. I know some apps do limit you, Rideshare apps and so on and so forth, but that's something that needs to be done. And like I said, situational awareness, keep staying out for, pedestrians and animals, apparently, because in the other video I was making fun of, you have two police officers, one driving, hands off the road, staring directly in the camera, her partner having to tell her to watch out not to hit a dog, but yet you're talking about situational awareness. You're staring into a camera, trying to look all pretty. That ain't situational awareness. That's bad behavior, and as police officers, they would pull you over for that garbage, but yet they're more than happy to do it for you on video, even though they would pull you over for it. So when it comes to situation awareness, first starts in this car. Not playing around, watching videos, not playing on your phone, trying to calculate how much the money is going to be for the next delivery while your eyes should be on the road. Okay, so let's start off with that as far as situational awareness goes. All right, so that'll be the first part of this video. If you're driving a car 8 to 12 hours a day, pay attention to the road, especially now with Halloween coming up here in a couple days. You need to definitely keep your eyes on the road. And if you're working 12, 15 hours, I know you're tired. You know you're tired, and you shouldn't be out there doing it. So if you're going to be out there driving on Halloween, if you want to work half the day, maybe take a nap. If you're going to be working at nighttime, really would hate to see I wouldn't hate to see it. It would be pretty sad if one of you gig workers run over a kid because you're more worried about that $5 delivery, and you run over a kid playing with your fucking phone, or, not watching the road or making a video, however you guys want to do it. So we'll leave it at that. Are you Uber?
Yes, sir.
All right.
What's the name?
Name's Killer?
Killer? Yep, that's the guy.
All right, cool.
Hop in, bud. How's your night going?
Doing great. How about yours?
All right. Good. Let's get you going here. All right.
I want your keys, I want your wallet, I want your phone, everything up.
Much later.
Are you Uber?
Oh, yes, sir. What's your name?
Michael Myers?
Yeah, you're the guy.
All right, cool.
How you doing today?
I'm doing great. How about yourself?
Good. All right, let's get you where you need to go here, bud.
How about instead you give me your car and your keys?
Much later.
Are you my Uber?
Oh, hey, what's the name?
Stone Cold?
Yeah, come on in.
All right, cool.
How's your night going?
Doing great. How about yourself?
Good, good. Excellent. Yep.
Are you my Uber?
Oh, hey, what's the name?
The name's Stone Cold?
Stone Cold? Yep, come on in. How you doing tonight?
I'm doing good.
Good.
How about yourself?
I'm good.
Yeah. Give me your stuff. Give me your stuff. Give me your stuff. All right, that first segment of the videos with the demonstrations was a rideshare. The first two situations where he gets shot and stabbed, there's not much you can really do about that situation. If they're hell-bent on killing you for your stuff, or you try to fight, they kill you back. I know most of you say you carry bear spray. I don't know many people that pay $60 for bear spray, or you have your pepper spray, which most of the time, if you look at most people, their pepper spray's on their key. Pepper spray on your key ring ain't gonna do you no good in those situations. Those first two situations, that's up to the guy. Your only choice is either to comply with what he says to do or die. You're not gonna have very many options on that. If he wants to kill you, he's gonna kill you. So you try to reach for your gun, he's already done shot you. Those demonstrations show you how quick that stuff goes down. It doesn't take long for it to go down. For somebody to pull a gun on you, you fight, you die. So those first two third situation where I showed me choking him out the first time, that does happen. That can happen. But also on that same situation, I showed a second video of how if that does happen to you, it's possible to get out of that situation, because by slamming your seat back, usually it's going to happen when somebody's sitting behind you. That's going to happen. So by slamming your seat back, smushing them, it'll help release. Hopefully it will help release their arms enough that you can get out of the car and get away from there. And that's another rideshare rule. Don't let people sit directly behind you. If you're a rideshare driver, have them sit there. It may not be that much when it comes to the gun and knife situation. Doesn't matter. But you are able to keep a better eye on people, and you can see better when they're on the side. Don't ever let them sit directly behind you. If it's a group of people, that's kind of hard, but the big groups of people aren't really necessarily going to be the problem. Next scenario would be arguing and fighting with customers. If you pull over and you tell a customer to get out and they refuse to get out, very simple. Don't sit there and argue with them. Don't look at them. Don't keep fighting. Don't keep saying, I'm going to call the police. I'm going to call the police. Get out of my car. Get out of my car. And arguing and yelling with them. It's very simple. You give them 2 warnings. I'm going to call the cops if you don't get out of my car. I'm going to call the cops if you don't get out of my car. And then it's very simple. You grab your phone. You grab your keys out of the car, and you step out the car and call the police. Don't sit there and argue them and take the risk of getting beat up in the front seat of your car because you want to argue, because you think it's my property and I can say whatever I want. I'm an independent contractor. I can do whatever I want. That'll get you beat up. Possibly get you beat up, or maybe one of the other situations. So yeah, very simple. Two simple warnings. Get out of my car, or I'm calling the police. Tell them twice. They refuse and they want to argue. Simple. Grab your phone, take your keys out of the car, get out of the car, call the cops. Let them sit there and be stupid until the cops come. Or better yet, hopefully they take you seriously, get out of the car. You're standing right here by your door. So you can just jump right back in the car, lock the doors, and go. So that's the second scenario when it comes to rideshare. Quit fighting and arguing with the people in the back seat. You're never going to win. You're either going to get yourself deactivated because they're going to lie on you, which that happens a lot, or they're going to beat you up because you're wanting to fight and argue with them. Don't do that. If you want to kick them out of your car, if it's that serious of a deal to kick them out of your car, simple. Give them 2 warnings. Get your phone, get your keys, step out, call the police. Let them deal with it. Don't try to be the hero, because the hero can either get you one of the 2 other ones, get you stabbed or severely beaten up, as we have seen in a lot of videos. All right, cool. Okay, let's record. All right, go ahead. Do the Karate Kid thing. You just drop the bag like you're getting food out. funny thing.
Much later.
Yeah, situational awareness is very important. As you can see, you can pan to the two cars. You have two cars here, and you have the gate in which he was required to drop the food off. So situational awareness. So as you notice, it was dark, didn't have the proper lighting to light up the area or inspect the area prior to coming up and doing the delivery. That's where I was able to come up, sneak attack, shoot him, and kill him because his back was turned to me. He couldn't see where I was coming from, didn't even know I was there. And so very easily snuck up on him, told him I wanted his stuff. He tried to turn around and he got shot and died, as you saw. So that's situation number one. Go ahead and turn it off. This would be the right thing to do when you're first walking up to the house. Survey the area. Definitely have some type of light. Very simple. You already got your hands full with the phone and your bag. So either learn to carry the phone and the bag in one hand, either have a flashlight, or better yet, go to Home Depot. They carry multiple headlamps that you can use so you can light up the area, scan the area prior to coming up to do the delivery, and then you have light all over the place where you can survey your area as you're dropping off the food. Your hands are free to do the delivery, turn around. You got plenty of light still to see where you're going, and that will help keep your situational awareness, because you can see even prior to coming up to. In my personal situation, if I was you and it's this dark, I would not even come up to this address in the first place, because first of all, no lighting, outdoor lighting. It's in a back gate area, very unsafe. This would be a situation where you could call the homeowner, say, I'm willing to meet you out on the sidewalk with your food, and or I will dropping on the sidewalk, take the picture, and I will leave. And then you can come out and get your food. That would be the best way to do it. In my case, since there's no light, you don't have a light on you, flashlight, headlamp, you can't see, it's dark, you can't survey your area good enough. So next time, I wouldn't even do this delivery. Call them, tell them to meet you at the sidewalk, and then be done with that delivery. All right, okay. Give your key to the car. Bang.
Much later.
Okay. Give me your stuff. All right, cool.
Much later.
As you can see, very easily be attacked when you're not paying attention and you have your back turned, putting stuff in your car like that. So as he goes around as he walks around to the side, as you can notice, there's a car here. So very easy for somebody to hide behind this car, watching him while he's doing it, and his head's down. As he comes around to get to the car, most likely there'll be another car here. So he's going to be in a tight space. And then that's when I'm going to run up behind him and going to get you, either shoot you or stab you. So there are ways or means you can do stop that from happening. First of all, your situational awareness. Keep your eyes on your whole area. Make sure you park in a lit spot. Make sure you park on the end where there's no other car, so they can't creep up on you on this side. You only have the one, dangerous spot to worry about right here. Also, if you see somebody just hanging out, creeping by your car, you have stuff on your car to help alert a situation that's going on. We all have one of these panic buttons on our, most cars have panic buttons. So you can hit the panic button, draw attention to your car, somebody's hanging around your car. And so, criminals don't like to be in the spotlight. They don't want people's attention, eyes brought to them. So make sure you're walking out to your car, heads up, scanning your area, possibly looking to make sure nobody's hiding on the other cars. If it's in a dark spot, like I said, park in a lit area, or have a good flashlight on you, or even your headlamp on you, once again, so your hands are free. As far as what are you going to be able to do if that person does that, they're already hell-bent on killing you as it is. There's nothing you can do once he shoots you or stabs you, as you can see earlier. If you want to carry your pepper spray on you, you can do that. If they're an unarmed attacker, you can already have that in your hand, keeping your phone in one hand, or better yet, put your phone in your pocket. Once you leave the restaurant, keep your eyes focused on your car and your area around your car. Have your pepper spray ready, just in case somebody is or does approach you. You have it at your trigger. You have a free hand to use your pepper spray on the individual. All right, so that's the best way you're going to do that. Also, another way you can do it is if they're approaching you from the front, coming towards you, you can use this, your car door, as another means of protection while you're in the back seat. You can have another piece of protection, or if you're getting into your front seat, and they're walking upon you, you can once again walk back, open this door as well, give you protection to either jump into your car or get out the other side, or whatever the case may be, so he doesn't physically attack you. Okay, the next segment was the food delivery thing. I showed you in a parking lot. Unfortunately, I wasn't going to try to get out there with a whole bunch of people because I didn't want nobody calling the cops on us and thinking some weird crazy stuff. So I kind of gave you an idea of what you would look at. You had the one car on the side, you had my car, and we did how easy and quickly somebody could walk up behind you while you got your face buried in your bag trying to put the food away, or whatever the case may be. Can simply walk up to you, shoot you, or stab you in the back. It's very simple, as you can see. There's also several other things I showed you with, using your car doors. Let's say you are pinned in between two cars. You can use your car doors as a little bit of a defense that gives you time, like I was showing you, to either jump through your car and come out the other side to run away, or even more time to run around the car and get away as well. Also, I showed you, most cars have an emergency system on their key. Most newer cars have emergency systems on their keys. So you have a panic button. If you're standing there, take the time when you come out of the restaurant, instead of keeping your face buried in your phone, because you all do it, I see it. You're either trying to make a fucking video with one hand, food in the other hand. You got both your hands pinned up. Once you get out of the restaurant, do everything you need to do to confirm the order in the restaurant, not while you're walking to your car. You can stick 2 seconds, 30 seconds to sit there, confirm the order, blah, blah, blah. Put the phone in your pocket so it gives you a free hand. You can either have your key in your hand or your pepper spray ready to go. So if you see that person coming at you, or you see something that you don't feel right, you are prepared. Hands aren't full, your eyes are open, you're paying attention. That's another thing. When you come out of the restaurant, survey your area. Like I said, get your faces out of the phone. Look at your surroundings. A lot of this stuff won't happen most likely during the day. It's mostly going to happen at night, and we know it's getting dark early, so chances are live you're going to be working at night, so these things do apply. So keep your eye open. Look at the cars around your car. If you bring attention to your car, turn your hazard lights on while you're waiting for your order inside. While you're waiting on your order inside, look out the window. Keep an eye on your car. Look for people just sitting around, goofing around by the cars, looking shady. Just open your eyes. Also, like I said, your car has many options. Like I said, you have a panic button on your car. Criminals don't like attention being brought to them. They don't want you to bring your attention to them. So if you can find a way to get their attention, or get other people's attention onto your car when you got somebody that doesn't look right being around your car, most likely you're going to scare them off, and hopefully they go away. No guarantees. None of this stuff is guaranteed. So don't say, oh, he said this would. No, there's no guarantees any of this will work. But these are things you can do to help prevent the future issues you may have. So like I said, just open your eyes, put your phone away till you get in your car. And that's another thing. Your car has multiple options depending on your car. Don't have all your car doors unlocked. If you got an automatic locking system on your car, there are things on your car, I know I have it on mine, that I can disable all the locks in this car, that I can only open one door with my key, And that's it. So when you're clicking on your clicker and you open up all 4 doors and unlock all 4 doors, you're inviting somebody to be able to jump in your car when they're in there. If you're on this side of your car in your driver's seat getting in and you have all your doors locked, they can't just jump in the passenger seat. They can't jump in the back seats when your car is locked. So when you get in and then you decide you want to start playing with your phone again, you're locked up. They can't have that opportunity to jump in your car. But if you get in your car, you unlock your car and all your doors unlock, and then you can't get in and you start playing with your phone, guess what? Open invitation to jump in your car while you're sitting there playing with your phone, not paying attention. So find out what your car is capable of doing as far as locking the doors and keeping them locked. And have your stuff ready. Take your bag with you so you ain't got to go in the trunk. You ain't got to go in the passenger seat. You keep your bag in the front seat. Take the customer's food, place it in the bag. So you're not, back, like I showed you, he's in the back seat with his back turned. You're playing with your bag. That's bad stuff. Don't do that. Have your stuff ready. Get in your front seat. Boom. If you have large orders, let's say you got some of these large order programs where you got a large amount of food. Take your car, park in front of the restaurant. Make yourself visible to everybody. Well-lit areas. Same with when you park in a parking lot from the restaurant. Park in a well-lit area. And hopefully park around where your car is not next to a bunch of cars. Your car's not pinned into any cars, on the edge of the thing, where you have open space. So you got plenty of visual of your car, what's around your car. Well-lit. Large orders. Pull up to the front of the restaurant. Turn on your hazards. Load your food in full view of other people. This will keep you that will keep people's attention on you, and the bad guy won't be so quick to want to jump you or get in your case when you're out in the open. They like to be hidden. Criminals like to be hidden. If you're out in the open in a well-lit area, a lot of criminals don't like that. Criminals nowadays are pretty bold, though. So like I said, none of this is 100% guaranteed. But when you're in the parking lot, try to park, I don't suggest you park all the way in the back of the parking lot. But if you have spaces where you have gaps, or you have a space at the end where you can have a full edge, you're not pinned between cars, it's a lot safer than getting in between 2 cars. Because when you're in between 2 cars, you have less space to move. More opportunity for the bad guy to get you. Because you're pinned in. You can't just, it's not that easy. And like I said, learn your car. Learn to fix your car so one door opens. You don't unlock the whole car. Or if you got to get in the trunk, like I said, be in a well-lit spot. Pull up to the front of the restaurant. If you know it's a big order and the order's ready, you can call in advance. Hey, is this order ready? It's a big order. Pull in the front of the restaurant. Put on your hazards. Most likely, you're not going to get a ticket for it. And so you should be fine doing that as well. But when it comes to the safety in this gig world, anything can happen, and I showed you a few demonstrations of how quickly it can happen. No standing there trying to do karate, punching people in their throats or punching them in the head. None of that shit is guaranteed to work. And most of the time, when somebody's running up on you, they're going to have a weapon of some kind, whether it be a knife, whether it be a gun. And if you're not prepared for that, like I said, having your pepper spray in your car does you no good when you're out getting an order. Does no good. When you're walking up to a car, like I did a little bit of explaining, when you're walking up to a house, pay attention to your surroundings. Make sure your surroundings are well lit up. If not, then choose not to do that delivery or make arrangements for the customer to come out for you to do that delivery. That's why it's safer for you at the end of the day. Don't ever put yourself in an unsafe situation. If you put yourself in an unsafe situation, you're going to end up in a bad situation, and you're not going to like it. And those demonstrations showed you very easily how quick that stuff can happen. And you definitely don't want those things happening to you, because it happens real quick. It happens real quick. And no karate is going to help you. No bear spray is going to help you. No gun's going to help you if they get you outside your car, or they get you by the front door, or whatever, wherever they happen to be hiding at the time. So, and like I said, keeping your your spray here, keeping your spray here, your gun here, your knives in here. as quickly as that stuff happens, you ain't gonna have time. So we'll leave this safety video with this, and hopefully, it taught you a few things. If not, I'm sure everybody will have their laughs and kicks, because at the end of the day, people don't take themselves seriously. They don't take this seriously, because we continually, day in, day out, see bad behavior from drivers that don't pay attention, and they'll be the ones ending up being the victim at the end of the day. But if you follow some of these tips, hopefully it doesn't happen to you. All right, that's Real Talk with Roy. Remember, you're the creator of your own destiny. Nobody's going to do it for you.